Attention, this man is called Max. Max could have been out exploring the universe, but instead, he's stuck farming on a dying Earth.
And when I say dying, I mean really dying. Dust storms are everywhere, crops are failing, and everyone's just kind of accepting that humanity is circling the drain. But hold on, because Max is about to stumble into something way bigger than a bad harvest. One day, Max and his daughter notice something weird. There's a pattern in the dust, a message, right there on the floor, like the universe is trying to talk to them.
Naturally, they follow it, and boom, it leads them to a secret NASA base.
Turns out, NASA never actually shut down. They just went underground, because apparently, saving the world is now a side hustle. And guess what?
Max is the guy they need for a top secret mission. No pressure. Here's the deal. Earth is done for, and humanity's best shot at survival is finding a new home in another galaxy.
There's a wormhole near Saturn which, by the way, just appeared out of nowhere, kinda suspicious. But let's roll with it. And beyond that wormhole,
a few potential planets where humans might survive.
But that's a big might. Max is handed the keys to the spaceship and told, "Congrats, you're humanity's last hope."
Cool, cool, cool. So, Max heads into space with a team of brainiacs Marty, Johnny, and Danny.
They shoot through the wormhole, and suddenly, they're in a whole new galaxy, staring down some seriously questionable planets. First stop, a water world where the gravity is so intense that 1 hour on the surface equals 7 years in real time.
Naturally, things go sideways, and they lose Johnny to a giant wave.
Rip Johnny, we hardly knew you.
By the time they get back to the ship, 23 years have passed. Then there's the next planet, which looks promising, until they realize it's home to a rogue astronaut who has completely lost his mind.
Not only does he try to kill them, but he also nearly gets them all stranded in space. So yeah, not exactly ideal. Meanwhile, back on Earth, Max's daughter is growing up, and she's not thrilled that her dad left on what was supposed to be a short trip, but has turned into a decades-long disappearance. Now, here's where it gets really messed up.
Max finds out that Professor Bobby, the guy running this whole operation, knew the mission was doomed from the start. The plan was never to save everyone, just a select few.
The rest of humanity,
yeah, they were kinda just left to rot.
And Max,
he was sent on a mission that was never meant to bring him home.
That's a pretty big detail to leave out, Bobby. At this point, Max has had enough. He realizes their only chance is to get data from a black hole to crack the code of gravity and help his daughter back on Earth finish what Bobby started.
So, in a move that is equal parts genius and absolutely insane, Max launches himself straight into the black hole. Because, you know, why not?
And then, things get weird. Time bends, space warps, and suddenly, Max is floating in this multi-dimensional space where everything is connected.
Past, present, future, it's all happening at once. And get this, he's able to send messages back in time to his daughter using Morse code through a bookshelf.
Yeah, you heard that right. The answer to saving humanity was hidden in a bookshelf the whole time.
Mind blown.
His daughter, who, by the way, is now way older than him, gets the message, cracks the gravity equation, and saves humanity.
People start leaving Earth, and Max, well, he gets spat out of the black hole and wakes up on a futuristic space station.
Turns out, humans made it.
They built a new home, and Max is now a living legend. Not too shabby for a guy who started this whole thing as a farmer.
And just when you think it's over, there's one last twist.
Max's daughter, now an old woman, tells him to go find Tina, his fellow astronaut, who's still out there on one of those distant planets.
So off he goes, back into the unknown, because apparently Max just can't stop exploring. So what does Interstellar leave us with?
It's not just a space adventure. It's a wild, mind-bending ride that makes you question everything: time, love, destiny, and whether you should start paying more attention to your bookshelf.